I feel like LeBron's
Okay, then all right, then on my list, Kobe at 5.
Kobe at 5?
Yeah, and then LeBron at 7.
LeBron at 7? Who's 6?
Who can I put at 6? Tim Duncan. Yeah, I'll put Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan?
Did Tim Duncan not beat LeBron twice in the
Tim
finals?
Duncan?
I'm pretty sure Tim Duncan beat LeBron in the finals twice.
Stop it. Why don't you, bro, stop it. Tim Duncan is better than LeBron James.
LeBron, yes, he is. Yeah.
Why?
Damn near Giannis.
Giannis? Nah, you said it.
Yeah. I look up at the skylight, baby, and it's all so cool. Yeah, we gon' be alright, baby, just me and you. Diamonds twinkle like starlights, baby, did it all for you. Yeah, vampire like Twilight, baby, all I need is you. Yeah, for the catching the limelight, baby, I believe it's you. Yeah.
Crazy for this one. Pick the paper, pile it up, and pick up all the cheddar. Don't bring your issues in here, baby, think about it later. How they get the bag, but they always gonna hate. Sippin' Spike lemonade, so I pick the paper. Pick the paper, pile it up, and pick it by the lot. If we throwing all these bills, you better race me to the...
Yo, what's good, everyone? Thank you guys for coming back for my 10th episode. It's really been 10 weeks of me doing this, man. It's really a blessing. I'm glad that God put this podcast in my heart and told me to do it and told me to go after my dreams. So I'm just thankful for everything. Thankful for all my subscribers, supporters, followers, views, anything, just everybody that's been showing love to this. I appreciate you and I love you. And I don't even want to waste too much time, but before I get into what I usually get into, well, actually, no, let me get into what I usually get into first. So, one, I want to say, follow me on Instagram at Hansy. If you want to, cool content's always posted. Just posted a new fit. So, if you want to go look at that, go look at that. Follow my talk show Instagram at Jaden Hansy Talks. I post snippets and just any news revolving this YouTube channel. I post it on there. Follow me on Twitter at Jaden Hansy. Follow me on TikTok at Jaden Hansy, and those are all my social medias. But other than that, before I get into the person sitting next to me, I just want to say how unfortunate a turn of events I had last week. So him and I, we tried to shoot this episode last Saturday. It's currently Monday. We tried to shoot it, and then the camera died on us, and it was turning out to be a really good episode. So I just wanted to kind of say that at the start. But other than that, I want to get into the good friend I have sitting next to me. So he goes by the name of JJ, and yeah, I want you to just introduce yourself, start off with your social medias, your name, and then just everything you got going on.
All right, what's good, y'all? My name is 3CityJay. On Instagram, Javon, JJ, Mr. Good Guy turned into a villain, Mr. Man who about to come around and make a killing, Mr. Me, Myself, and All My Millions, all that stuff. But
she was about to freestyle on
it's an honor to be on here. You know,
second
time around.
Yeah, second time you on.
You know, we gonna get it right this time.
Yeah, appreciate
battery
it.
charged and stuff. So yeah.
Hopefully, if the camera died on me this time, I'm done with this podcast though. I promise. But we should be good though. But yeah, so you shout out all your social medias. Yeah. Wait, did you?
Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube is Jay Underrated still, I think, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, so like he just said, follow him there. He makes music. We're going to get into that, but follow him on Instagram, Twitter, his Spotify, Apple Music. Do you have SoundCloud too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so SoundCloud, just anything. Just follow him on there. I'll have it on the screen. But yeah, so I want to kind of get into just the basics. It sucks that we have to go through all of this again, but I want to get through the basics, like where you come from, your major. We both go to San Diego State, so how you got to San Diego State, just go through all of that. Let me know.
All right, bet. So I'm from 3 different cities. That's the name, 3CityJay. I was born in San Diego, lived in Dallas for 6 years, 10 to 16, so developmental years. Yeah. And then I finished in Temecula, or more specifically, Marietta. Mm-hmm. So I'm an electrical engineering major. I plan on minoring in audio engineering pretty soon. And I have an internship this summer with the Padres.
Yes,
so I'm
congratulations.
excited.
Congratulations. So I think in the last time we tried to film this, I asked you, why that hard of a major? You said electrical engineering. Like, why that hard?
I'm going to be honest with you. This is the God honest truth. I came here, and my parents are like, all right, you're not going to get no BS major. And, like, I originally wanted to do media studies because I love making videos. I love, that aspect of everything.
That's what I'm in, journalism and media studies, yeah.
Dang, that's exactly what I was trying to do. Yeah. But, I don't want to offend you, but, yeah, my dad was pretty much like, he said, nah, like, that's the nice way I could put that. He was just like, nah, you finna like either be an engineer, lawyer, or doctor. He's one of those. And then like I'm using his benefits with the military because he served for 20 years. You know, shout out him.
Yeah, shout out him.
And yeah, so I'm pretty much going to school for free. I was an RA for a year, and now I pay for my own rent. So like I'm really a grown ass man.
Yeah,
like, in every sense.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said about the media studies, I get you when you say that because like my major is quote unquote an easy major, but I actually want to become a journalist, so that's why I chose the major, not just to get by. Cause you know me, I ain't just doing stuff to get by.
And
but
you're doing it right now.
Yeah, definitely, exactly. So yeah, that's why I chose that. And also, you say you were RA.
I was an RA my sophomore year.
You're so lucky, bro. I applied to be an RA and I got waitlisted.
Dang. I mean, you never know. You can still get it.
Yeah, hopefully, but I gotta try again. But yeah, that's a story for another time. But yeah, so. Electrical engineer, I know I said it in the last time we recorded this. Right. We definitely need more of those. We need more because there are more black ones exactly. Because
last time I think I said I saw the LeBron commercial and he was like, we need more engineers, we need more lawyers, doctors. So that also inspired me. Yeah. Like I was always good at math, science, so like it kind of just played in.
What's 12 times 12?
144. Yeah.
What's 9 times 9?
81.
6 times 6.
36.
Okay. So that's electrical engineering major right there. I just want to make sure you're on your toes because you ain't stutter when you say
honestly though, but it has been a while since like that 12 times 12. It took me like a second. I was like, damn, okay, yeah.
Nah, I feel you, but that's good. He got a good major. And also, I want you to speak a little bit about outside of school related things. What are some things you have going on outside, like extracurricular activities?
Extracurriculars. So I used to hoop consistently. Now it's more like freelance.
I'm giving you a bucket any day. I'm 11-0. I'm giving you a bucket.
Anyways, music takes up a lot of my time. I don't even go to the studio a lot. Now I try to like just master my lyrics. Yeah. Because before, like I don't know if you know, and you don't even have to comment on it because I'm sensitive about my music.
No,
but
definitely.
My lyrics were basic, just my own criticism. My lyrics were basic. They were like, you know, just party theme, all that stuff. So now the music that I'm trying to get into now, I want to get Billboard. I want to get like Grammy nominated type art. Like I'm trying to make some art, like some Caleb Hampton type shit.
Right. Shout out Caleb. Shout out Caleb. Yeah.
Like some actual lyricism, some actual like, cause before like we got Casamigos, bitch, put down that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, but people mess with it. So I don't know. It's a formula with it that I'm still trying to figure out. And like my engineer, my producer, he like we're all in this.
And I think you will figure it out because I think that's cool because that's kind of how I felt like with a lot of my looking back on a lot of my early episodes. I kind of seemed like I was a little bit nervous, not nervous, but like I was trying to do everything so fast and not being comfortable. So I agree, it's good to look back at what you started off doing and then making that change. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to see where your music comes. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later in detail because that's a big part of you. I'm sure for the music is a big part of you, correct?
Right now it is, but before I even did music, like before you were here, before like COVID, really, I didn't know why I was in college. Like just to really speak honest with you, engineering, I wasn't even in the major yet, but like the prerequisites for those, like physics, I was taking the hardest physics. I was taking Calc 3. I was taking aerospace engineering, like all these other classes that I didn't even need for my major. It's like, all right, like I don't even want to do this. So I kept telling my dad, let me switch, please let me switch. Like I'm finna drop out, I kept like telling him, he was like, no. I was just like, damn. All right, well, I guess I'm back in the fall.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just that, like, if I do, when I do, not if. When I finish this major, like, my dad, I'm going to give him the biggest hug. I'm probably going to send him a check once I get my first check.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of
those.
Definitely.
I like that. That's dope. Shout out your dad.
Yeah.
We need more good black fathers, man. We need more good black fathers. But shout out to him. So, yeah.
And my mom.
Mother's Day just passed through. Shout out all the moms that's watching this, all the moms that help me, all the moms that help him, just everything. But, yeah, so, like I said, we're going to get into the music side of that a little bit later, but like I do with all my guests, I want to talk about how we met. So it sucks. Like I said, that's probably I'm gonna have to keep saying this, but it sucks that we have to say this again because it turned out really well when we tried to film this the first time, but we're gonna try and replicate it.
It's gonna be better though.
Yeah, it's gonna be better. It's gonna be better, but. My perspective on how we met, if there's anything like you could share your experience from a different perspective because obviously everyone's perspective is different. But how we met is I don't really remember a significant like one time when we met, but it's just there's something at San Diego State called Saab. Remind me what that stands for again?
Student African American Brotherhood.
Student African American Brotherhood is for the black students on campus, gentlemen. Why I say gentlemen? Men. Why I say gentlemen? Like, who am I? Am I Steve Hart? I don't know. But the black men on campus, like it's like a brotherhood. Yeah, it's like we do activities, talk about about topics and just whatever. So he happens to be the president of SOB on our campus. Shout out to him for doing that. That's something that's gonna be good on your resume. But yeah, he's the president of SOB.
And can I say something about SOB?
Yeah.
Oh my God, like SOB was not finna be a thing this year. I was on SOB's e-board the last 2 years, and when I tell you SOB was the most jumping student org in the black community, and like this year, like it was really just coming back. So like I had hella stuff to do, so I couldn't give my all to SOB like former presidents did. Like shout out Khalil, shout out Khaled, shout out Dell. Like all the presidents before me, they was on top of it. Cause I never realized how much work it was. Brendan, Brendan was the SOB president during COVID, and he's still here actually. Really? But
shout out him.
Yeah, he helped a lot this year. Powder Puff was a success, even though we didn't have a winner.
Yeah, it was still entertaining.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was extremely entertaining.
Wild and Out show, it was cool. You know, you were a part of that.
Yeah, I was a part of that.
I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that might be my last time.
No, it was my last time too.
My first and last time. Oh my God, that was so stressful. But
it was hella stressful. But yeah, SOB was not going to be a thing this year just because no one applied for the e-board because we were coming from COVID straight to school. Everyone was like, you know, I kind of just want to be on campus. I don't really want to commit to nothing.
Right.
I was like struggling to find people. My nigga, my fault.
Now you
my guy RJ, he was the first one to be like, you know what, I got you, I'll do it. And then Cam, and then like Joe, Terrell, Devin, my mentee, like, and then Jalen, Toby, my LB, like everything just fell in line, and you know, it just worked out. But yeah, I'm glad that I was able to resurrect it because it was not going to be a thing. Yeah. That would have been a huge loss in the black community.
Yes, definitely. And I'm glad that you did do it because I was able to especially being a freshman coming on campus, I was able to make some good connections with black men on the campus. So I like I said, applaud you for that again, because that's something that being a president of an organization is tough no matter what organization it is. So I just applaud you for that. And yeah, but back to what I was talking about, that's kind of like how I met him, and then we had some good conversations within the meetings and personally, and he's helped me a lot with this YouTube stuff, just getting my name out there and things like that. So I appreciate you for that. And I just want to see, is it a different story on your side, or does my story kind of align with your story and how we met?
Yeah, like SOB, Black Resource Center, all that stuff. Yeah,
so
I'm pretty sure like the first time I met you was either at SOB or the BRC.
Yeah, probably one of the two, because I'm always everywhere. So yeah, one of the two. But yeah, so that's all for how we met. I want to talk about now. Like I said, I hate that we lost this footage because, oh my God, he said what we're about to talk about. He said the most outlandish stuff I ever heard in my life, right? So we're gonna jump into the NBA, which is my favorite sport. Even though I used to play football, my NBA is my favorite. Basketball is my favorite sport. The NBA is not a sport, but the basketball is my favorite sport. So we're gonna talk about the NBA, a lot of the topics in the NBA. So my first question to you is, I want you to tell the people what your favorite basketball team is and why.
University of Michigan Wolverines. That's my favorite basketball team.
Basketball?
That's my favorite basketball team, yeah.
But, okay, NBA team.
Favorite NBA team is the Detroit Pistons and Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah. Explain why.
So, I'm really not a Lakers fan right now because I don't like LeBron. I'm going to be honest with y'all.
We're going to get into that.
I'm a Pistons fan. So, my dad's from Detroit, you know, and my Casamigos song, one of my most popular songs, I say, I ain't from Detroit, but my dad is. So, like, you know, I just want everyone to know, like, because I get on Detroit beats, and everyone's like, you're from San Diego. Why you get on Detroit beats? Because my dad's from Detroit, and I would always visit and stuff. Like, I still got family in Detroit, like, all that stuff, Chicago, all that. So, like, you know, I'm heavily connected. Like, my uncle, he produced for Danny Brown, Sada Baby, like, all of them. So, like, he's been giving me the tricks of the trade and all that.
Really good. So, yeah, so he said he was a Detroit Pistons fan, and when he first told me that, I was like, Pistons? Why the Pistons?
I'm loyal.
And I feel that because the Pistons are not that good right now.
I'm loyal. I'm loyal.
Listen to him.
Hey, thick and thin, up and downs. I'm loyal. I'm a Pistons fan. Worst team in the league. That should tell you.
Worst team, really. But yeah, so he said he was a Pistons fan. I was just appalled but when he explained it, I get it because that's kind of like my.
What's your favorite team?
I'm a Clippers fan.
And how many rings y'all got?
How many rings? Say it again.
How many rings?
I can't hear you.
No. How many rings?
They about to get one next year. It's next year.
Y'all don't have one already?
Nah, when Kawhi ACL get healed and then Paul George don't got COVID no more, they gonna go 3-peat.
Can you name 5 players on the team?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You think I'm a fake fan?
I'm not
on
saying
the Clippers or
on the Clippers. Yeah,
Kawhi.
Right.
I won't even name no big. I won't name no big name players.
Yeah.
So forget Kawhi and Paul George.
Okay.
Terrence Mann, love him because
yeah.
he got us in the conference finals last year.
him.
Luke, not like that. Not Luke Kennard.
Okay. Former Piston.
Oh, he played on the Pistons, really?
You didn't know that? We traded him and Reggie Jackson at the same time.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even gonna say Reggie Jackson. Robert Covington, Reggie Jackson, and Zubac. I don't know how to pronounce his name because he's not from. He's not. Yes, it's like that. But yeah, that's 5 people for you right there. But yeah, I'm a diehard Clipper fan because when I was growing up and starting to like basketball, Chris Paul is my favorite player because I really liked how smart he was and how he played. And if I did play basketball, I would have tried to play like him.
Oh, so he was dirty.
Not in that regards, but like I would have been trying to like make the people around me better. So I gravitated towards him. Hope that the Suns win the championship this year. But that's why I became a Clippers fan, and I'm from Los Angeles, so it was like. And also because everyone is a Lakers fan in Los Angeles,
right.
And I always been the type of person if everyone goes right, I'm gonna go left. So it was like just.
I'm like that too.
Yeah, it was just like everything was just.
Why is that though? Like, what about us makes us like that?
I think it's just always me. I just always want to be different, and sometimes it could be like I'm trying too hard to be different, but sometimes it's just actually my personality. Like being a Clippers fan is just actually my like I just genuinely like the Clippers. It's weird.
Pistons, same thing.
Yeah, I feel you, and you don't hear most people say Pistons fans. Most people are gonna say Warriors or Celtics or
Knicks.
Knicks or the typical teams. But like that's just how I always been. But yeah, so getting away from the favorite teams, I just mentioned my favorite player. I want you to mention your favorite player because it does not align with your favorite team.
So actually, I was thinking about this since the last video. Curry, yes, he's my favorite player, but my favorite player is damn near Paul George.
Paul George?
Yeah, and like I was really thinking about it. I was like, I love everything about Paul George's game.
Yeah, he's a bucket. He's a bucket.
He's a bucket. He can handle the ball. He's 6'9". He's good a bully. Defender. He's a great defender. Yeah, and like he can pass. He can do it. He can run point guard. Honestly, yeah. He's a baby Bron, but honestly, he could be better than Bron if things worked out better for him.
Yeah, I think LeBron's just.
He almost beat LeBron twice with the big 3 in the Heat.
Yeah, LeBron's just physically like just. He's just gifted, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Paul George is?
Yeah, but Bron really like 250 and that light on his feet, that's crazy.
Cool. Bron, he's all right.
Yeah. We gonna get it, like I said, we're gonna get into that in a minute. But yeah, so you said your favorite player is Paul George, and in the last one you said Steph Curry because
both.
He was fun. He's fun to watch, and I won't even argue with you on that one. I think Steph is very inspirational and fun to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You a Fly fan?
I know I am, but I didn't even mean to say that, which is I didn't think you knew what it was. Yeah, I didn't think you knew what I meant, but I didn't even mean to say very inspirational. But
I made YouTube videos. I know you make YouTube videos, but I use they inspire me. Flight, Soul Illuminati,
DDG?
all of them.
You watch DDG? Yeah, I watch all of them.
Shocky was more of a DDG fan. I'm like Reaction 2K.
I was DDG and Soul Illuminati. Those was my two, but I liked Flight too. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. You like Pretty Boy Fredo? Old Pretty Boy Fredo.
I couldn't stand Pretty Boy Fredo.
Yeah, I like old Pretty Boy Fredo. New one, he's kind of like a little
that
corny.
Man like to know.
That's crazy though. That's crazy.
Cash Nasty.
Cash, I watched him more recently than I did back in the day.
Because he was 2K.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch because I didn't play my team. Yeah, but that's just crazy. The YouTube world, if you know, shout out if you watch YouTube and you know those famous black YouTubers. Shout out y'all. But yeah, so now moving on to the from the favorite player. I want to talk about this top 75 list now. In one of my, I think this was my fifth episode. It was just me. I was solo podcasting and I was speaking about my NBA opinions, and something that just recently happened in the NBA world is the top 75 players of all time list just released, right? So I had my opinions about the top 75 list. One thing I mentioned is that I don't think old people should be on the
like
top
1940s
like 1960s, 70s. I don't think no old people.
You gotta give them their respect though.
I agree, but it's like, come on, like who's better, Bob Cousy or Steph Curry?
I mean, but yeah, that's obvious. Yeah. But at the time, like Cousy was working them.
Yeah, I agree, but I just feel like that's what makes making a list hard.
So you think history should be deleted?
Nah, but it's just like people evolve, and I feel like we would be foolish to not accept that they evolved, and like give them their props, but it's like obviously the people of today are better than You know
I can agree with that because like they have an NBA 25, NBA 35. Yeah. I think we should leave them on those lists.
Yeah, leave them on those. Yeah,
NBA 75 updated with the best 75 players ever,
exactly.
Which is going to be probably 90s down, honestly.
Yeah, probably 80s,
Larry,
mid 80s, and then so that's how I feel about the making of a list.
Right.
And I also realized that it's super hard to make a list like that because there's so many things that contradict itself and blah blah blah. But getting off that, I filmed that episode and I posted my snippet on Instagram, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan in the world. I think there's I don't like some of the stuff that LeBron does. I feel like, you know what I mean? But
like what? I just want to hear two. Like
two things. One, I can name one thing. I would have to think about the second. But this is one thing I really don't like about him. I don't like how active on social media he is. Like I don't like he's currently not in the playoffs right now, and so obviously he's at home watching. Like why are you commenting on the games that's going on? Like
he's a fan.
But I know, but I don't like that. I feel like because who else does that? Michael Jordan wasn't going to do that.
I mean, but you don't know that. Like,
I just feel like he give props to too many people.
Nah. I can't even like, cause KD do the same thing. Like everyone do that.
I mean, but I'm saying if you and I 1v1 in basketball, right? And let's say we posted to YouTube and you beat me, I'm not commenting on it. I'm not commenting on the video.
Oh, so you're saying LeBron? But I mean, he didn't even lose to nobody.
I mean, they was losing all year, so he lost to somebody.
He was already like sweating and stuff.
But that's just one thing, and then another thing about LeBron. I can't come back to me on that. But yeah, so I forget. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was talking about. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but I genuinely think that LeBron is the best player of all time, just for many different reasons. So I posted that on my Instagram, and he comments on the Instagram, and like was apparently the norm for him. He commented something outlandish and said that Kareem is the best player of all time. I think that's what you said. Kareem's the best player of all time. So I want you to tell me your top 10. You could go top 5 players all time because top 10 is too much. And then I want you to talk about why is Kareem better than LeBron.
Okay, so number one, I'm gonna have to say Michael Jordan. Kareem is the GOAT, but Michael Jordan was undefeated in the finals.
He was. Was Kareem undefeated or no?
Nah, Kareem lost with Magic, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he was on that. Wait.
He lost in 83. He lost in 86.
I didn't know that. I thought he went. How many rings did he have? 5?
He got 6.
6? Oh,
yeah. He won 5 with the Lakers, 1 with the Bucks. But yeah, 6. He got 6 rings, 6 MVPs. Like you're not topping that. And then most points all time.
I get that.
Number 3, I got Magic, winning time, all that stuff, Showtime. Greatest point guard all the time. You can't beat him. Number 4, I got Wilt Chamberlain.
That's where you started to lose.
He scored 100 points in the game. Like no one has ever done that. And no one will ever do that, honestly.
And then you got who's your 5th? LeBron?
My 5th, yeah, I'll give LeBron 5.
You got LeBron over Kobe? How your list was going? I would assume that you.
I got LeBron Kobe. Over Kobe.
Why?
Only in regards to accomplishments. I feel he accomplished more than Kobe, but Kobe has more rings. Kobe, like, it's just the MVPs and like all that stuff that LeBron has more of. You know what I mean?
Now I'm not going to argue. Well, I am going to argue with you, but I'm not mad at your opinion.
Who's a better player, Kobe? If that makes sense.
I feel like better all around player is LeBron. Kobe. No. I feel like it's LeBron. Like, LeBron's making.
I'll put LeBron above Kobe. See, and it's not even gonna make sense, but to real basketball fans, it makes sense. On a list, I'll put LeBron over Kobe. But who was a better player? Kobe.
I have to disagree on that. I feel like because LeBron, I think LeBron's probably not right now.
Wait, where you were born?
I was born in 2003.
That's what I'm saying. So you were born in 03. You didn't see Kobe like I saw Kobe.
What year were you born?
I was born in 99. I'm old.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
99, what month?
December.
So so you was 2000.
No, I was the tail end of December. What? Well, I don't want to, But the last week, I was the last week of December. So really, I'm a 2000s baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You was trying to make me feel young.
No. No, when I say that, a lot of people are like, damn, like, you don't even look old. But
that's
funny. So I saw Kobe, like, my very visible, what's the word? Vivid,
yeah.
A very, very vivid moment that I have with basketball where I fell in love with the game, where I found my favorite 2 teams, 2004 NBA Finals.
That's when they repeated, right?
Lakers versus Pistons. Nah, that's when they lost to my Pistons. And Chauncey, Rip, Tayshaun, Rasheed, Ben Wallace, that was the greatest basketball team with no superstar ever. You feel me? So, like, it was just beautiful to see that. And, like, Kobe, I saw him and Shaq just fold. Like, they had Karl Malone and Gary Payton, and they folded. Yeah. You feel me? And that was, like, my first vivid memory. So, Kobe is just one of those greats where, like, he's better than LeBron because LeBron doesn't have that mentality, and he never will.
Okay. I can feel you on that. But, yeah, so – but like I was saying, when it came to your list, like Jordan, LeBron, I feel like that's an argument. Like it could go either way.
Okay, what about Kareem?
I was getting to that. Okay, Kareem, LeBron could go either way because I'm not even going like that. I feel like because some people could say LeBron. Like me personally, I'm not mad that you put Kareem over LeBron just because of the facts. But I feel like some people, me personally, could feel LeBron's better than Kareem. That's why I mean it could go either way. It's like it's
so
debatable.
You're saying just because he's a better player?
Yeah. I feel like LeBron's
okay, then all right, then on my list, Kobe at 5.
Kobe at 5?
Yeah, and then LeBron at 7.
LeBron at 7? Who's 6?
Who can I put at 6? Tim Duncan? Yeah, I'll put Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan?
Did Tim Duncan not beat LeBron twice in the finals?
Tim Duncan?
I'm pretty sure Tim Duncan beat LeBron in the finals twice.
Stop it. Why don't you, bro, stop this. Tim Duncan's better than LeBron James.
LeBron, yes, he is.
Yeah. Why?
Damn near Giannis.
Giannis? Nah, you said it. He said it. Bro, he said it. He don't believe that. Stop it. He don't believe that.
All right, you can make a great argument that Shaq is better than LeBron.
And I don't think that's as close as Kareem, LeBron. I'm not going to lie. You heard what he just said. That's going on TikTok. And if that don't go viral, I don't know what's viral. Because he said Tim Duncan's better than LeBron. Stop it.
I thought you were talking about Giannis. Tim Duncan's actually a fair argument.
No, not better than LeBron. They said Tim Duncan was better than Kobe. I don't think Tim Duncan was ahead of Kobe on the list. That's cap.
The thing about lists, everyone makes their own list. Like, so it's not gonna be the same no matter what. Yeah. Like, it's all opinionated.
So why don't you like LeBron? Because I can tell that you don't like LeBron.
You want to know my real reason, or you want to know my hater reason?
Both. Let me know both.
My hater reason is because
we still got more stuff to get into. Yeah, briefly.
I got you. My hater reason is because LeBron's a crybaby. He complains too much.
That's fair.
He I'm not D-writing or nothing, but like he's a loser. Like,
that's fair.
Like, nah, I'm just playing LeBron. Like, if you ever watch this, which you probably won't, but if you ever watch this, I'm a huge fan. I'm just talking this.
But trying to get back cool with him.
Nah. Just in case, I win a Grammy or something. LeBron in the audience, he's like, nah, I remember what you said.
Nah, still what you said, man. Forget LeBron.
But that's my hater reason. Yeah. So it's real. It's not really why. My real reason, I'm a Pistons fan.
Yeah, okay.
And he destroyed us every year, bro.
He was tearing
it made no sense. He would destroy us and then lose to the very next team, whether that was the Eastern Conference Finals, Eastern Semifinals. We would get there, play LeBron. I'm like, we gonna do it this year. We gonna do it. No. And there was one year, like the year they went to the Finals, 2007, where he literally carried that team on his back.
Yeah, that team was trash.
They were horrible. Boobie Gibson dropped 31. LeBron had like 12. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's always like some with LeBron. So like, that's the real reason I don't like LeBron. RJ called me out on it and like all that stuff. So, yeah.
He gotta be dead. That's funny. Because that Cavs LeBron, young LeBron was tearing
the whole East.
Yeah, tearing the East up with
except for Dwight Howard. Year it was supposed to be LeBron versus Kobe. You remember the Muppets?
Yeah.
Or you might have been too young.
The Muppets, like the show? I mean,
it was.
Or was it?
Damn, you make me feel old.
I'm young.
So in like 2008, 2009, there were like Nike commercials where it was like LeBron and Kobe puppets, and like they were doing it the whole season. It gets to the end. LeBron loses to Dwight in the Eastern Conference Finals. They ruined the whole marketing.
Because it was supposed to be Kobe.
And Kobe won. Kobe won that ring, and then they finished it with like, Kobe celebrating, and LeBron was in the other room. Yeah. So yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, but that's crazy that you really dislike LeBron. I don't blame you for that because you're a Pistons fan. It's like I agree.
He dodged Kobe.
I don't dislike no players, but. I don't dislike anybody, but some teams that during this era, I didn't like the Warriors because the Warriors always used to beat the Clippers when Chris Paul was on the Clippers. I didn't like the Spurs like that either. They beat the Spurs one time, but I think they also lost them. The Rockets, they lost a 3-1 lead to the Rockets one time when they were supposed to go to the conference final. But it's whatever. We ain't even going to – my Clippers fans, y'all know, but we ain't even going to speak about it. Clippers next year.
Y'all finally made it to the Western Conference final.
Yeah.
Without Kawhi, too. Yeah. With Kawhi, I don't know why Kawhi didn't play, low key.
He had a torn ACL.
Oh,
yeah, that's why. That's why he didn't play none this year either.
He still got that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it happened. If you think about it, it was a fast.
It happened during the bubble.
But it happened last year. It was a shorter offseason too because the finals were in July or something. So
Yeah.
they only had like 2 months. So he tore his ACL around
like
June,
May? Oh.
and it takes like a year.
Oh, he did it in June.
Yeah,
Damn. So June 21?
It's probably coming up on a year that since it's been torn, but you know, I think it is coming up on. It's probably a few weeks away from a year, but yeah. So that's I don't want to dwell on that too much, but TikTok, you're seeing that video of him saying that. Who you say Tim Duncan and Giannis?
I mean, Tim Duncan beat LeBron twice in the finals. If we being honest,
that's crazy. But we ain't even go. That's crazy, but yeah. So I'm gonna have next year when I come back to San Diego for my next semester. I'm gonna have him, and we just gonna probably next basketball season. We just gonna talk straight basketball. But,
I'm with it.
But now I want to, like I said, I want to get into your music because that's something that I feel like is important to bring your light to. And we're both in a stage where we're coming up on these social media platforms.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it's only right that you have your music. I have my podcast. We might as well bring both up. So I want to talk about your music on a serious note. Now that we got past the NBA
it's
stuff.
not serious. The way my music started, it wasn't serious at all.
But so that's actually funny that you say that because my first question for you is why you started making music.
Why? Okay. So like I told you, like it was around my sophomore year. I was a CA. You know, I had just got done joining my fraternity. And then it was like around the time where we got sent home. Like literally, it was like March, joined my fraternity. A week later, COVID. So I didn't even have a probate or none. So when we got home, like, I was just stuck. I didn't know what to do with the rest of my life. And they're like, okay, you know, it's going to be over in the summer. It's going to be over
I don't know why they was even selling
That's what I'm saying. They were just like lingering the song.
I was a junior in high school.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
I had it worse. I definitely had it worse. Wait, what year were you when COVID happened?
I was a sophomore.
Yeah, I was a junior in high school and missed most of my senior year too. Except
Did you have prom?
I had prom and I had
At
graduation.
least I had prom too, but at
And
least
I
you
played
had prom.
football, so I barely even had a football season too. We only played 5 games, no playoffs, nothing.
Senior year or junior year?
Senior year, my senior year season. But
did y'all have a senior night at least?
Yeah, we did. But my school was renovating the field, so our senior night was an away game, so we didn't even get to play on our home field. Because
that's weird.
Yeah, they changed our field from grass to turf. And you know what? Oh my God, I'm sorry to cut you off, but what's even crazy? Shout out to all my Sarah people. But so
you want Sarah Kane?
No, I said Sarah, not
Sarah.
Yeah, nah.
J Sarah?
It's called Unipero Sarah, but it's not J Sarah. It's different Sarahs. But so, bro, listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't get our senior year right. We didn't get playoffs, championships, nothing. No CIF, nothing, right? So then that's how it happened. Then COVID so this is around this time last year, around May last year, right, was when my senior season's happening. Fast forward to the next football season, the next calendar football season in August. They get a full football season on the new field. The people after me, right? They get on the new field, and they win a championship, bro.
Like CIF championship?
D2. It was CIF D2.
The whole state
yes, state championship.
Damn.
And my team didn't even get no playoffs. And it's the same people. It's not like we got nobody new. It's the same people. If anything, they lost people.
Right.
They win a championship after the whole COVID.
They should have did something for y'all.
I mean, it made me feel good because like our team was good enough. But
did something for you. Like y'all should have got a ring or something.
Yeah,
like, you know
bro, that's
like,
crazy. But
that's messed up.
My bad. I don't even mean to switch subjects
I'll
like that. But
press
that's
my
just
coach,
crazy.
man.
That was crazy. But shout out to all of them, all the players and stuff,
Yeah,
all the
congrats,
coaches. Yeah,
for
shout
real.
out to all of them. Hope that everyone's doing good. But yeah, sorry. Continue on why you started making music. My bad. about that.
I forgot what something.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it was like that summer. I really didn't know what to do. Shout out, what was it called? After Dark. We had a group chat called After Dark, and like we would be at home and like just be on Zoom with like all our college friends, like in the black community.
Yeah.
So like we were getting through it with each other, even though we was all at home type. So it comes a time where my parents, they're like, you know what, we're going to help you because like I said, I'm a grown-ass man, so I pay for everything on my own. But COVID happened. I ain't have no money. Like, I didn't know what to do, and I was 20. So my parents were like, you know what, we're going to help you go back to school, and then we're going to help you for housing. Because like I said, I was a CA, RA, so like my housing was paid for. So now I'm in a situation where yes, my school is free still, but I need housing, you know what I'm saying? So they helped me with that before I could find a job, and I finally found a job. So now like I do it on my own. But yeah, my parents, they helped me a lot, especially with this whole college journey. So with music, like I was living with Shaki and Toby, shout out to them. And like we would just be in the crib in Iconic, like just chilling. Like there was nothing to do besides Zoom University. So I was just like, and like I've always been like the type, Like every time, like there was a freestyle in middle school, like people would tell me to make the beat, like all that stuff. So it's always been in me. But one day I just found this website, and I've always made freelance beats and stuff, but I've never rapped. So I found this website. It was called BandLab. You can do everything on there for free. You can make beats, you can produce, you can master everything for free. So I promise you, it was summer of it was last summer that I made Casamigos. It was, yeah. So I was just messing around that whole, from like, I'd say from October 2020 to like March 21, I was just messing around because school wasn't, or were we in person? In 20? No. Yeah.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, we weren't in person. And then April 2021, I just sent a song in the group chat. No title, no nothing. And the way that Casamigos came around, my friend brought a bottle of Casamigos to my birthday. And like, I don't even know how, like I heard a beat on YouTube because like I was just going through YouTube, listening to beats, and I'll add them to a folder. And it was just like, we got Casamigos. We got Casamigos. We got Casamigos. And I was just like, all right. And then I saw Truly. I had a Truly can that I was drinking. I was like, bitch, put down that Truly. And then like, I just sampled that. And like, I promise you, I didn't even have a verse or nothing. I just sent that in the group chat. They were like, that's hard, but you need to add a verse. Like you can't. I was like, nah, it's a club mix. They're like, nah, add a verse. And then I was like, well, it's a Detroit beat. Shit, I ain't from Detroit.
Oh, that's Detroit type beat?
Yeah.
Oh, that don't really sound like it.
Shout out your friend Rado. He's a great producer. But yeah, I was just like, shit, I ain't from Detroit, but my dad is. Everyone hated the verse. But I was like, you know what? It's for fun. Like, y'all not gonna make me change it. So, you know, I just held on to that. And then the other songs, I was literally in here, Backdoor Studio. Four of the 7, I produced myself. And then 3 of them I found on YouTube. I didn't pay them because I only put it on SoundCloud. So that's how the journey started. It was November 21 that I dropped my first mixtape called The Villain. And I got that name from, like, it just felt like at that point in my life, everything was against me. So when it comes to like COVID happening, when it comes to, like I said, I didn't have a probate, when it comes to like just high school, how things happen with basketball, because I played varsity 2 years and then my senior year I got cut by my coach because I got in a fight with one of his sons. He had twin boys, hella nepotism. So I just felt like everything in my life up to that point, like I said, I hated my major, like everything was against me. So I was just like, well, I've been trying to be the good guy all my life. Like, why don't I just try to be the villain for once? So dropped The Villain, and like the inspiration behind the concept art, if anyone even, it's not even, I didn't promote it at all. That was another thing. Like I posted on my story and I posted it on the gram, but then I eventually archived it. And it still did like hella good, especially Casamigos. Casamigos has like over 1,000 streams on there now. And I didn't promote it. I ain't do no organic, or I ain't do no marketing or nothing. So then comes Starter Pack. Starter Pack came about because I saw people were actually messing with Casamigos. They hated the other songs, but they were messing with Casamigos. So I was like, all right, like let me make a EP that's in like, it's not too serious, like people can have fun with it, but it also shows that I'm still like, you know, I'm still coming. I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way there. So this is like some light shit, you know, this is me. I'm a California kid. I'm from San Diego, but you know, I'm also from Dallas. I'm also from Marietta. So don't, you know, classify me as like a proper, don't classify me as like none of this, because I still have some flavor from the South and I still got some flavor from the IE. So when it comes to like GTA was the first song I produced and made. So I have, that's my favorite song. It's still my favorite song. Just if you listen to the words, like, yeah, that's my favorite song. What's it called? She Wanted. So that story.
I got it.
Yeah, She Wanted with B. Shaw. Shout out B. Shaw.
Shout out B. Shaw.
I literally was like, you know what? I need some inspiration. Do you want to go to the studio? And she was like, yeah. On the way there, I showed her the beat. She was like, okay, what do you plan on doing with this? And I was like, She Wanted. I got it. She Wanted. And she was like, okay, yeah. And then I go in there, I do it with my producer. Shout out Marv, Wavy Sound. But yeah, that's where I record. And when like I come out and I did the verse, no, I did the hook. I didn't even have a verse yet. I go out there, I was like, do you want to hop on? She was like, oh, I already wrote something. I was like, oh, bet. She went in there. When I tell you she slayed it, And I was like, have you ever rapped before? She was like, no, that was my first time. I was like, oh my God, like this might actually I might actually have something right here. And I've always been good with hooks, but I'm not good with verses. That's why I'm like in the lab now with lyrics and stuff. But the last song, Pick the Paper, when I tell you, that was just the most random, like this kid named Frada.
Shout out Frada.
Yeah, Frada. Well, I don't want to say his real name because, like, you know, it's a rapper name. And then well, actually, was he on?
He was on it.
Oh, yeah, Frao. Shout out Frao.
Yeah, shout out for my first guest. Shout out him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was your first guest.
Yeah.
So, shout out Frada. He came up to me and he was like, hey, bro, I know you make music. And, like, at this time, I didn't have the starter pack out. I really didn't have none. Now, I took the villain off my bio. So, I was like, okay, yeah. How you remember I make music? He was like, yeah, you dropped a mixtape, right? And I was like, yeah, that was a while ago. That was November. He was like, oh, yeah, I peeped some songs. Casamigos a banger, blah, blah, blah. He was like, when are you going again? I was like, I'm actually going pretty soon. And he was like, oh, let me know. I'll pull up. I let him know. He literally pulled up. And I was like, oh, okay, you're serious. So then I showed him the song. It was Pick the Paper. And I was like, hey, bro, like, this is going to be some different stuff. But, like, if you're willing to hop on, you can hop on. He was like, all right. And then, like, I did it in the thing with the producer. And he was like, that's going to go crazy. He was like, everyone's going to mess with that. I was like, really?
Yeah,
like,
I mess with that one the most.
Yeah, it was like, it's just one of those songs. It's either you love it or you hate it.
Right.
Because, like, there's some hating and there's some haters out there who, oh, yeah, that's corny. That's, you know, it's childish, blah, blah, blah. Well, duh, it's a nursery rhyme. Peter picked the pepper, like it's or Peter Piper, one of those. So it's a nursery rhyme. So that's how that stemmed. But
I like that. I like that. That's a cool story. It's kind of like you just started doing it, and
I just started doing it, and then it just stuck because like I guess everyone messed with it, and I really, because like I said, everything was against me up to this point. So when I saw that people were messing with it, it kind of didn't feel real. Like even my friends who usually be like, oh nah, like that's trash or like something like that, they literally wouldn't say nothing. They would just be like, oh, okay. And then like I performed for the first time at Black Prom. No. What was my first performance? It was the Diamond Showcase. So the first song I did was GTA. No one knew the words. So I was just like, you know what? This is still my favorite song. So I'm finna come out with energy. I hit the gritty and everything. Then Casamigos came on. A whole theater was, we are Casamigos. Like girls were standing up, all that stuff. I was like, oh, I'm a sex symbol. So then it was
sex symbol is crazy.
Yeah, nah, it's not crazy. I'm true to it. You feel me? So yeah, the next album covers, I'm finna be shirtless just to let you know this. I've been in the gym, so
that's funny. But yeah, I mess with that. That's a hard story. I hope you can continue to grow and take it even more serious. I know it kind of started off as like a game, but I hope you could like really become
like even YouTube. Like when I was back on YouTube, and this probably for you too, like it just started with me uploading a video and then seeing how people liked it. Like that's life, like starting a business, all that stuff. And even like now, like I could say I opened for a major artist, like Kalen for
right.
real.
Yes, that's also a big. Speak a little bit on that briefly, but speak a little bit on that.
Okay, like, and I talked to him and everything. He gave me some great advice after the fact. You know, I met some of his entourage, like cool peoples. He gave me his number, all that stuff. So I don't plan on hitting him. I plan on being to a point where I don't even have to hit him. We're just in the same space.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was crazy because people were singing my words to my songs just as much as his songs, and it was like, all right, like y'all riding me now. But yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. I mess with that. So, a question I have for you. You low-key answered a lot of my questions in your tangent, but it's good. It's all good. But one of my questions for you is, who are some of your inspirations in regards to music? And it doesn't even have to be an artist. It could just be a person, a place, a thing, whatever.
So I have influences, and I also have muses for my songs. You know what a muse is? So for those who don't know what a muse is like the inspiration for a song.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't know what a muse was.
I knew it. I
didn't want to sound stupid.
You're like, nah, muse is like pretty much like an abstract.
I swear I didn't want to sound stupid.
The way you said, I was like, all right, let me just
I was like, if he asked me what it is, bro, I was gonna be dumb. That was funny, but yeah, continue, bro, continue.
All right. Yeah, so a muse is like an abstract inspiration, but it's not direct inspiration. So my influencers were J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, top 3. in my opinion. Jay-Z. And then down south, I listen to a lot of Key Glock. I listen to a lot of Moneybagg, T.I., Weezy. So those 8 are probably, or however, 10 maybe. Those are my influences.
Okay.
Outkast, yeah. But muses, like I'm not gonna name them, but you know, past relationships with girls, of course, you know, past relationships like just friends, past relationships, or not even past, but just relationships I had with basketball. Like I made a song about Kobe. That's my least streamed song, but you know, it's whatever. It's because it's not engineered and mixed good, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Okay, so cool. I think inspirations are big when you're starting a skill. I had a lot of inspirations in a lot of the areas of my life, and I've mentioned those in prior episodes if you want to go watch it. But yeah, so I think that's big, and I can see that a lot. That's where the 3 cities come in, because you got a lot of inspirations from a lot of different places. So I think that's cool. So a question to getting a little bit deeper, and I want you to think deep about this. Like, what is your ultimate goal with music? Is it just for fun? Is it just to blow up and make millions? Like, what's your genuine goal?
I will be a Grammy winner. And I plan on using music to take me to other avenues. So I plan on using music to take me into acting. I plan on using music to take me into just being a personality. I plan on using music to build a revenue to where I don't even have to make music anymore. I'm just rich, like Jay-Z type. So, but my goal with music specifically, I want to win a Grammy, and I want to be, I'm not going to sit here and say I will be the greatest rapper of all time, but I will be someone's favorite rapper. Yeah. I will be a lot of people's favorite rapper, and that's my goal. I hope, like, just like how J. Cole is for me, he's my favorite rapper. So I went to, what's it called? Rolling Loud. I went to Rolling Loud. I knew every single word. And it's crazy because, like, I'll look at people and, like, you know, they'll do that for, like, you know, lower rappers and stuff. I'm like, dang, you riding hard. But then I'm like, I do the same thing with J. Cole. Like, I sing every word. And then, like, he pointed, and, like, he wasn't pointing at me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy. But he pointed in my area, and I pointed back. My 21-year-old self, I pointed back, and I was like, That was the moment. I knew. I was like, he saw me. He was like, yeah, you. And I was like, I will be the next J. Cole, I guess.
Funny, bro. This guy is hilarious. He said he put it in my direction.
I was wearing a Greenville hoodie too. So I was riding crazy.
It's like everybody got their people that, like, even I'm a big fan of Playboy Cardi, and, like, everything, and, like, even my jacket, it looked like.
See, I used to really mess with Playboy Cardi, and then Whole Lotta Red is his most streamed, but, like,
you don't like it that much.
I don't really.
That's kind of where the divide is in Cardi fans, and it's definitely an acquired taste.
Die Lit though.
Yeah, I liked his first project outside of a Whole Lot of Red. I liked his first project a lot. Yeah, but shout out him, shout out J. Cole, shout out all of them. Hopefully, we'll both be big enough to where we could talk to our inspirations and tell them how much
that's the end goal.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really have any more questions for you regarding music, but I do want to say, if we haven't said it already, go stream all his. Is the Villain mixtape?
Nah, the Villain. I took that off. Oh, well, but it's on SoundCloud if you find it. But yeah.
Well, go stream. Stream his starter pack. And when can we expect some more music from you?
I'm gonna drop singles from here on out, and then when school comes back, I'm probably gonna drop, like, an album.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, be on the lookout for that in the next coming months. And yeah, it's been nice to see you grow, and yeah, it's just that's all I can really say is and I hope you do.
Just one more thing.
Yeah, no, you good.
Y'all been showing love. Like, I was not expecting this much love, especially with music. Like, it really shows, like, when people, like, especially at Black Prom, like, just singing the words, like, you don't understand how euphoric that feels, just because it's like you go on stage and expect no one to know your shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
You go on stage and expect no one to know your stuff, and when people actually do and they're singing it back, it's like one of those things, like, you really feel like a rock star.
Definitely.
And like the numbers, like they talk for themselves. So like definitely. I really appreciate everyone out there streaming.
I kind of feel that same way when people make comment on my YouTube video and say that they really like something that I said, or they DM me and say keep going. So I feel you. I feel you what you mean, and I think shout out to everyone that supports the both of us. It's really amazing. And support goes so long, really. And yeah, that's all for that. So is there anything else you want to say in regards to your music before we get off that topic?
Stream it
still to run those numbers up. But it'll be interesting to see how far he comes. But so be on the lookout for that. So we're kind of getting towards the end of the podcast, but there's some questions that I want to ask you that are something like when I'm having conversations with people, I like to hear their opinions on it. So my first question to you is, what do you want your impact to be on the world, whether it be through music, through your race, through being a man? Like, what do you want when you die? What do you want people to remember you as? You know what I mean?
I want people to realize that I was always myself and I never tried to change for anyone. Because one of those things that like just going through college, like, and you'll experience that too. Like, you already had a freshman year.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I was becoming because, like I said, the 3 different cities made me. But when you come from different altering places, it's just like you, in a sense, like theoretically, of course, create different personalities within yourself. So I really thought I had different personalities. I really like Javon. That was my old name before 3CityJay, and that's really a culmination of 3CityJay. But like, it's just people don't know what to expect from you because, like, especially when I was in high school in Marietta, I'm coming fresh out of Dallas, South Dallas, all black city. So like, I'm hearing Asians, Mexicans saying the N-word for the first time, and I'm pressing everybody. I'm like, nah, you can't say that. And then, like, you know, the black kid who lets them say it, he's like, nah, it's cool, my nigga. Like, all that stuff. I'm like, nah, it's not cool. Like, and I'm just tweaking, and they're like, oh, nah, he tripping, like all that stuff. So it's just hard for myself to hold back. And another thing, I say what's on my mind most of the time, and that can get me in trouble a lot of times. That's gotten me out of relationships. But if I feel like I owe you something, and I don't owe no one nothing besides my parents, my sister, and God, but if I feel like I respect you enough to tell you the truth and you don't take it the right way, that's just, you know, I can't help that. But I'm going to always be me at the end of the day, and I want everyone to be themselves.
Right. So definitely, I agree. That's actually crazy that I have. I'm gonna let you look at it, but I don't want the. That's the quote. That's one of the quotes I had. So so we'll get into that. But so I think that's definitely good. That's something that I've been learning about myself, is that the stuff that I like and the lane that I want to go down is different from maybe my friends or from some people, what most people go down. So I think being yourself is probably one of the most important things you can do, is because you really don't want to be anybody. You can only be yourself, you know what I mean? So so that's one more question for you before we start wrapping it up. I want to say, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
I see myself on Billboard. I see myself next 5-6 years. I see myself having a platinum plaque. I see myself, whether that's producing or rapping, because honestly, like, rapping is cool, but a lot of, like, you know, especially being black, like, I don't have the luxury of being like Jack Harlow, where like I don't have to talk about, you know, the gangster stuff, of like all that stuff, if I want to make it. Like, Tyler, the Creator, he's one of those rare cases where he didn't talk about that stuff. He talked about his real life stuff, and eventually, after like 10 years, he finally made it. So like, honestly, it's probably gonna be easier for me to get my way through the door as a producer. So 5 years, hopefully I'm in the door as a rapper, but if not, I'm gonna still be behind the scenes. I'm gonna keep working, and I guarantee you I'll get a plaque or two. But yeah, in the next 10 years, I know you didn't ask that, but in the next 10 years.
I said 5 to 10.
Oh, 5 to 10, yeah. Next 10 years, I plan on being at the Grammys.
Grammys, for sure. Yeah. That's something that you've been saying a lot, the Grammys. I can tell that's a big goal for you.
Well, I don't even know if you were there, but there was a shout out the Deltas, but we had like a paint talks, and like I painted myself at the Grammys, and like it was kind of a manifesting thing, and I just posted on my wall, and like I look at it every day.
That's good. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I like that. So I hope, like I said, I hope you accomplish that. You got the potential. Definitely. It's just all about staying working every day, no matter when people don't stream your music, no matter if you think something's trash, just keep working around it and keep moving forward every day. So
absolutely.
That's pretty much the end of the episode. Didn't want it to be too long, but we spent a lot of time on the subjects, and he definitely will be back because he's gonna be here for another 2 semesters or 1 semester. 2. So yeah, he'll definitely be back on here, and we're gonna talk about a lot of these topics a little bit more in depth. But like I like to do at all the end of my episodes, I like to leave off with some motivation. So I want you to think about something that you want to say, and I have 2 quotes that I'm gonna say and explain, and I want you to think about something that inspire the people that's watching. So my first quote for today is be yourself. Like what he was saying about being himself, and he's unapologetically himself. I think that's the biggest thing in life is being yourself, because there's so many people that's trying to steer you different ways and try and box you in. But if you think outside the box and just genuinely are yourself, genuinely do what you like, genuinely are becoming the person that you like, it doesn't matter what he thinks or what she thinks or what, you know what I mean? So I just think being yourself.
Or what they think.
Yeah, or what they, They, them, he, her. You know? But yeah, so just be yourself really. And my second quote is work to improve yourself, work to improve yourself, not prove yourself. And that kind of coincides with being yourself, is that work on yourself, become the person that you want to be because you want to be that person, not because you want to make him or her or they, them happy. So it's just those 2 quotes is something that I've been trying to live by, and that I usually am living by, and I hope that you guys can as well, not wave ride or anything. But yeah, so I want to ask you, what are some things that you would leave the viewer off with some inspiration?
Life is, and this is my mom's quote. She told me this my whole life. Life is 10% what has happened to you and 90% what you do about it. That's it.
I like that, definitely. Yeah. Explain that a little bit, though. I like that quote. I thought you were going to say react to, or how you react to things, but it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same.
Explain that to me.
So 10% what has happened to you, like the 10% means that it's so minimum, because life, as long as you're living, you can change whatever outcome came. So that 10% is what has happened to you. Like, no matter what, it already happened. That 90% of what you do about it, that's how you move forward. Mm-hmm. So let's say like someone in your family died, a close friend died, a relationship ended, like anything like that. You cannot change that from happening. That's a fact. History is written. It's in the books. But I feel like a lot of things are predetermined, so it kind of contradicts the quote. But at the same time, you can always change the future. So you can, like, there's one thing you can do. You can literally get up, and with the gift of life, you can get up and change and do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to start a business, you can do that in a day. Yeah. There's a lot of things you can do in a day. There's some, like, Rome wasn't built in a day, but there's a lot of things you can do in a day. You could start music in a day. You could start doing a lot of things. So, yeah. Right,
definitely. I like that, and I hope that you guys take that, apply it to your life, take my quotes and his quote and apply that to yourself, and just keep on going about your day. Keep grinding, keep being yourself, keep controlling yourself and not what's around you. And yeah, so to end off, I want you to shout out your social media, say your Instagram, Twitter, TikTok if you have it, Snapchat, and also shout out your Spotify and Apple Music. Again, shout out all of it, and it'll pop back up on the screen. But.
All right, bet. So at 3CityJay on Instagram, and 3CityJay on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Jay Underrated on YouTube as well. Snapchat, Von Marcel with 2 L's. Twitter, Javon _, JRVAUGHN _. And yeah.
Okay, for sure. Definitely. And like always, my Instagram at Handsy on my main social media. If you want to follow it, if you like any of the content I post, feel free to follow it. If not, you don't even have to worry about it. My talk show Instagram, Jada Handsy Talks. I don't even know why. I don't know what this is. Is it a talk show? Is it a podcast? Is it a user? I don't know. But I say talk show. I don't even know. But follow me on that, Jada Handsy Talks. My TikTok, Jada Handsy. Follow that. My Twitter is also Jaden Handsy. If you want to follow me, those are my social medias. And yeah, I think this was a very great episode. He had me dying. And you thought I'm playing. Those clips really going on TikTok. And if they don't have 10 million views, the algorithm is fake. But yeah, so I appreciate you for coming on, really. And this is our second time doing this too. So I appreciate you for staying persistent and coming back.
Camera still on?
What'd you say?
The camera's still on?
Hopefully. We about to see, but that's why I'm trying to look wrap it up because I know it cuts out after like an hour and 8 minutes, and I don't know how long we've been filming, but hopefully it's good. So to prevent us from that, I want to say have a great rest of your Monday, everyone, or whenever you're watching this, have a great rest of your day. We look forward to seeing you next week, and I appreciate you for all the love and support. You got anything you want to say? If so, say it briefly.
She won it.
I got it. All right, y'all. All right, we out of here.